When you left WWE, do you feel like it planted a seed for Samantha to also go, I'm also thinking of leaving?
No, I mean, she's been talking about that for a while, even before I was even, my stuff was up. I think it happened at WrestleMania. I think last year's WrestleMania was for her, because especially for her, announcing was only supposed to be like the way into WWE.
So you're talking about WrestleMania 40?
Yeah, with like Roman versus Cody, and then The Rock, and then Undertaker, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Again, because she, first and foremost, is a fan. You know what I mean? Before all of that, you know, she grew up with it. Her dad watched it. Her and her brothers grew up with it, you know. So, of course, yes, she's a performer. So her time performing and traveling the world performing got her to a position to where, like, Mark Henry found her and said, oh, this girl is amazing. We need her for something. So I think, and then again, like I was telling you earlier, the pandemic happened. She used to live in Vegas and did like Cirque du Soleil, and she did like Vegas the Show, and she did, you know, stage shows.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic happened, you know, luckily Mark Henry got a hold of her during that. She actually did the full tryout. She did like the full tryout, like, because they didn't know she was going to be a ring announcer.
Yeah, like to try out to be a wrestler.
Mark Henry said, we just need this girl for something. She's so talented, we need her. And she did like, she's got pictures where she was like hitting the ropes, like her tailbone is bruised and her back is like bruised, like big bruises on her back. She did the whole tryout, taking bumps, body slams, did the whole thing. And then I think she was in NXT as actually an interviewer. And then I think once Greg Hamilton did his thing, and she replaced him on SmackDown because she was already interviewing, but they needed somebody, and then they were like, oh, she could do it, and so they just kind of said, hey, can you do this? And she was like, yeah, sure, because she was already doing 205 Live, and she was doing things like that. But again, I think ring announcing was only supposed to be the way in. She wanted to be like a character. That's what she's been her whole life. She's been stage performing her whole life. Drama club to stage performing to traveling the world doing stage performance, you know. So that's kind of what, you know, she hoped. But then I think once WrestleMania happened, I think she was like, that's the highest I'm going to get. That's the, because for her, she's a performer. It's funny because it's hard to explain, like, when you're just a performer, like, I guess announcing, because now she's getting kind of hate because she said she didn't enjoy announcing.
Yeah.
But she enjoyed making the WWE universe feel emotions, and she enjoyed using her voice to help promote and help, you know, move the company forward. But just literally the act of like coming to the ring and weighing at 230, like, it's like, this is just my example. It's like having Mariah Carey, but she's just a ring announcer, and you don't get any of the other stuff Mariah Carey was.
But when they start to give her more, like she's singing the national anthem or singing, I think, God Bless America,
yes.
Bad Blood. Is that like, all right, here's some more stuff. Here's another chance to show what you can do.
Yes, but also but she wants to be a stage performer. Like, it's hard to say, and it's funny because a lot of that stuff, she was like, man, I don't even like, she's like, I'm so nervous. Like, I don't even want to do this because it's so nerve wracking. Especially, she says like the anthem, singing the national anthem is like the hardest song you can sing.
Especially I've heard that, yeah.
In our, I don't want to say like just the pressure, you know, singing the national anthem when you're on a pay-per-view or you're at Allegiant Stadium and all the fans are watching. Like, she's like, it's the hardest song to sing, and you got to pick your breaths properly. And but again, at the end of the day, she loves and respects the position, and she loves and respects wrestling. But she just wanted to be, you know, she wanted to be like Paul Heyman. You know what I mean? Like a manager or something. But at the end of the day, it's like me, for example, I loved WB, and I loved my time there, and I loved everything that I did. But at the end of the day, like, I felt like, and I say it's a huge production. It's the biggest production, you know, in entertainment. Like it travels, it's huge. It's the biggest show on earth. And I think in that production, people kind of have their roles. And once I feel like, oh, this is what I was telling her. I feel like she broke tradition is what I think that's why people are kind of upset. Because again, how long was Fink doing it?
Yeah.
How long did Lillian do it?
Yeah.
Even like Justin
do
Roberts
it.
still doing
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? And then the fact that she only did it for like 4 years and then she found out like, this isn't what I was born to do. This isn't what I like love to do. Like,
But in that time, she became so good.
I know. And she said, she's like, honestly, she's like, that's my fault. She goes, and she's like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know how to like change that part. She
Like
goes,
fans were saying she was one of the greatest of all time.
absolutely. She's like, but it's funny because it's like if you had, again, I'm using these names just, again, these are my examples. But what if we had Whitney Houston, but she was just a ring announcer? Because even like one time I went behind Sam and I saw her, she had her little book open and she had like the whole, like the music bars, the treble clef, and she had it, and she had like music notes. And I was looking there for a second and I just looked over her shoulder and I said, what does that say? What does that sound? And she was like, the music notes that she wrote, it said Rhea Ripley.
Wow.
So she broke it down like that. And like, I think that's why she was making little jingles. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes,
Yeah.
Jey Uso, main event, Judgment. She was making jingles. She was trying to time it with songs. She was trying to time it with the beat. So when the beat dropped, she was done saying it so the beat could go. And she was really trying to tie it all together because she's an artist. She's a musician. Like, and that's what she naturally does. She's just not an announcer.
So she wanted more.
And it's like obviously there's no disrespect to any of that. It's like just because that's not what you were born to do and that's not what you love to do, it's like it's just crazy.
I saw someone on Twitter say she left her dream job, and she's like, "It's a great job. It's not my dream job."
Absolutely. But again, people take offense to it because, again, I think she just broke tradition. I think traditionally, especially in WWE, they build off of like, I don't want to say anything that's going to get taken out of context, but everything does. They build it off like repetitiveness. They want it like, like when you find something that works.
Yeah.
Like if you smell what The Rock is cooking, he's going to say it every time because then the fans are going to say it. Like, why would he change it up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why would he change that up? It works. It's working. It's going. So even when The Rock quit, everyone was so mad at him because he just stopped doing it. And to do movies, like, it's funny because I was never mad at The Rock. When he started doing Walking Tall, I was like, I guess I'm just going to watch Walking Tall. I guess I'm just going to watch.
That movie's great,
The
too.
Runaway. I'm going to watch, you know what I mean?
The Rundown, yeah.
The Rundown, I'm sorry. I just got excited. But so that's the way I see it. It's like she found, just like The Rock found, this is great. I love this. I have so much respect for this. I put my heart, my soul into this. I gave it literally everything that I have to make WWE better because of the love that I have for it. But at the end of the day, it's just not it's not what I was born to do. Like, and just like me, I told her, if you feel even half the way that I feel like this isn't what, I want to do. This isn't what I feel like I could be doing more as well. And that's kind of why I left. And she just feels like she could be doing more. And honestly, at the same time, maybe she doesn't want to do anything. Like at the end of the day, we got 2 kids together. We got our house. We got dogs. And I know it's crazy, but again, just the way she and I both kind of grew up, she wants to be at home a little bit more, and she wants to be able to take care of our kids and make sure they're getting to school on time and doing their homework. And she wants to make sure, like, I know when I come home, like the house is clean and stuff. And like, that's what she literally wants to do. And so she's like, I might not even do anything for a while, whether that's make music, make whatever, like, she's like, I might not just do anything because this is kind of what I want to focus on. And I'm there with her. I'm like, hey, babe, whatever you want to do, I got your back. Like, if you don't want to do anything and you want to chill at the house, I got you. You can do that. You know what I mean? Because now she can travel with me whenever she wants. She can go with me wherever she wants. And we can take the kids now together, and we don't have to worry about if she comes to a show or people are going to think something, or, You know, we kind of just want to live our life a little bit.